So, hello people, hope you all are fine. A very good evening to all of you guys. I'm Thinking Psyche here, welcoming you all in this great platform on the behalf of English Learners Group. So, as you all guys know, today's evening we are just about to start a debate session. So, guys, we have our honorable host, Mr. Dinesh and Ms. Gitanjali with us, and also we have our brilliant participants and lovely audience with us as well. And we have our respected judge, Mr. Shan. So without wasting time, now I would like to hand over my mic to today's host. They will be introduce the topic of the debate and the rules of the debate as well to all of you guys. So all the very best guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, today is the big day to think of how far we have to come and how far we have to go. Along with many phases of struggles and jumps, there is much more to drive and much more to show. Let's rejoice the majestic journey, this establishment we have to know. Let's take a toast to make it even better. A warm good evening to one and all. We all accumulated here for having a debate session. It's my pleasure to begin this debate by heartily welcoming to all. In the event within initiative taken by the English Learners Group to conduct debate on weekly basis. Hi, this is Gitanjali, today's your host, and incredibly talented my co-host Dinesh. I really welcome eminent speakers and guests from different walks of life. I would like to tell you that participants join that to share their knowledge and work experience related to the subject of today's debate. The theme of the debate is parental supervision or control. The all participants are divided into two teams. Team A is going to support the subject, that is the parental supervision or control. It is good for the children. And Team B is going to oppose the subject. So, I would like to give thank and welcome my co-host Dinesh. So, Dinesh, a warm welcome. It's my pleasure to have you here as my co-host for this wonderful debate session. I would like to request Dinesh kindly explain the rules and regulation of this debate. Dinesh, over to you.
Thank you, Gitanjali. Hello, all. Good evening, everyone. This is Dinesh Singh, today's host for this debate session on the topic Is parental supervision or control good for children? First of all, I would like to thank to the owner of this group for creating this wonderful English learning group. I would like to thank to admins for organizing not only today's debate but a debate session every weekend. I would like to thank our participants as well. Without you, we cannot have this debate session. We all are here to listen your opinions and views on the topic, and we will learn a lot today. We all are learners here and we are here to learn. Now, I would like to thank our lovely audience as well for being the part of today's session. Thank you, audience. Before we start this debate, we should know the rules and regulations of the debate, which we have to follow and we should follow. As of now, we know the topic, and the topic is parental supervision or control good for children? So there will be two teams, Team A and Team B. Team A will speak with the motion. They will try to put their points in the support of the topic, and Team B will oppose the topic. This debate will have two cycles. Now let us come to the rules. This debate will have two cycles, cycle first and cycle second. In cycle first, there are number of rounds. It depends on the number of participants, total number of participants. In first round, a participant from Team A will be given a chance to express his or her views on the topic for up to 3 minutes. We will keep an eye on the time also, and when there will be only 30 seconds left, we will notify you and you must have to conclude your points within 30 seconds. After the participant from Team A has completed his or her points, a participant from Team B will be given a chance now to counter the statements, opinions made by the participant from Team A. You have to find some flaws made by the participant from Team A. For this, you will be given just a minute, and in this way, there will be certain number of rounds. In round two, what will happen is now the participant from team B will come and he will speak for 3 minutes, and then the participant from team A will counter him and her, and then again the same participant from team B will be given a chance to recounter him, and they will be given only a minute. In cycle 2, we only have one round. In this round, two best debaters from Team A and two best debaters from Team B will be given one more chance to counter each other for non-stop 10 minutes. Participants in this round should express their views or counter other team in limited words possible, because we are having only 10 minutes for this round. And audience, I would like to request to audience as well, please be quiet and keep yourself on mute for the whole debate. So I think now we should start this debate, which is on the topic, is parental supervision or control good for children? Over to you, Gitanjali. Let's start.
Yes, thank you so much, Dinesh. So, with this note, it is very hard to initiate anything. So, from my side, to take the load, I'm inviting to Vaibhav. Vaibhav, are you there? Vaibhav?
Yes, Gitanjali, I'm here.
Yes, go on.
Should I start?
Yes.
Yes. Very good evening to all. As we know, today is a very good topic for the debate. I will reiterate the topic: the parental supervision and parental control is important or not. So I will say that the parental supervision and parental control is very important for the, I think, growth of the children as per in behalf of the physical and mental also. So first of all, I will include regarding the nutrition. The parents are the most as we know that the in the universe, the parents and children relation is a peak. So there is no one as our parents who will guide us. So in the nutrition basis, our parents are very uh, sincere about that, ki what we should take or we should not take. What happens? Children are very keen to have non-healthy foods. Then our parents control them. And what happens? The child gets many behavioral traits from their parents. Then it is very important that their parents know their parents know what they have missed in their life, and that behavior will goes to the child, and they will control as per the age. Such kind of hazard, such kind of hurdle should not be countered by their childs. And as per we are living in the technological era, the children are more prone to watch the mobiles. They are busy in laptops playing games, and this is a, I think, lethal for their health. They are in front of a screen for the multiple hours. That is hazardous for her health, for their health. And I will include government steps also has been taken uh, regarding the parental control. UP government has given the mobile phones on free. The person who was graduation, there were restrictive apps, and there was restricted screen on time, and many more things. And I think this will definitely resolve, this will definitely help them for their health also. And we find that very people in the age of 14 to 15, many child becomes smoker. So definitely if their parental control will not be there, they are going to be misguided by someone. So parental control is very necessary in this regard also. So I think parental control is very important, and there are multiple people, there are multiple uh, men who are going to misguide people, but I think there is a most faithful one, our parents, who will never misguide us. Their positive approach will make our future bright. Thank you.
Yes, you did very well, Vaibhav. So, Dinesh, from your side, who is going to counter?
Yes, from my side, I would like to call Silent Boy. You are here.
Here I'm here.
Yeah,
Okay, Vibhav.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
Vibhav, you are talking about parents control, but don't you think it's a generation gap? Actually, parents can't realize, they can't understand the problems of this new coming generation. I mean to say children's, because parents, they want to indoctrinate their personality in the children's. But how come they can understand the present competency or the innate qualities of a children? Don't you think there's already a generation gap? Let them be free. That's all.
Over to you, Weber Tiwari. Now you have to counter again.
Uh, yes, Silent Boy, whatever you were saying, that is absolutely right. Ki there is a generation gap, but we know the parental control and parental supervision doesn't mean ki they are not going to make us modernize. They will definitely give to be modernized. They are not going to prevent us to become modernized. So I think they will give freedom as much, whether we are not going to get impacted, misguided, or that will be not lethal for us. So parents are definitely make us updated, but for that level there will be limit. Otherwise, yes, definitely this technology also has many things that will misguide us, that will be lethal for us. So I think there is also control and supervision is also necessary. Thank you.
Yes, hope you got it, the answer of your counter question. So, Dinesh, from your side, who is going to put their view?
Yes, from my side, now no, none other than Silent Boy is going to come forward and put his point in this topic.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I don't support this parents control over children, because once you believe this fact that every individual is he's created or he's born with unique qualities, I don't think that parental control that will just render those qualities, because it's a cage like, okay, when you put a bird in a cage for only 3 days, if you set aside that cage, that bird will forget to fly. So it's the same way that a talented boy born, but parents are providing supervision, strict supervision. I don't think that he's going to tender his qualities, those inner qualities. So batteries to let him be free. So what to talk about those gifted people? Okay, gifted people. So they actually do have some innate qualities, but if you will just start guiding them, directing them, their talent is gone. So that's why we come to know, we come across some rebellious, some aggressive people. So these are those talented who had got a very bad, I can say, very strict control in their childhood. So I think it is new research, new psychology is also saying that children should enjoy the freedom. Control is there, but it is different control. It's not that kind of control. It is just to allow, okay, understand, have a discussion with, parents should have a discussion with their children. So to resolve their problems. It's not like that to control, have a strict control of them and destroy or kill their innate qualities. Okay. So this is important nowadays. I think age is changing. We should also change our module of parenting. So module of parenting is like that. We should give a freedom to our children. Okay. So that is the point number one. The point number second is that actually why parents you use to control their children. It's only they want themselves in their child. Okay. They want to indoctrinate their personality in the child. So that's actually fatal, because child has a different talent. He has a different potentiality, but children are just imposing their personality among them. So if we keep the children free, they will learn responsibility, they will learn the facts of decision making right at the beginning. So they will also learn to live without sometimes their parents. Mostly when we see that children are coming outside, they have that problem of attachment. They are not able to focus on their future. So battery is to keep children, give them a room, give them an opportunity to grow according to
Give
the
it a
nature. Once
chance.
Thank you.
Yeah, very well said. And yeah, from Gitanji, from your team, who is going to come now to counter him?
Weber, uh, are you going to counter?
Yes, Gitanjali.
Yes, go on.
Yes, yes. Actually, Silent Boy very well spoke about this. I ask one question about that. You said in your debate that parents should leave their child to freely in the nature to grow. But yes, definitely there is a should be a certain limit. Nature is a if nature's only role is there, might have been there, then definitely he has been growing. But there is a I think outer if their nature, if them, so they are uh, multination who has I think enacted the laws to supervise their child. Definitely they have might have been a panel who has discussed about that. Then they enacted a law child should be supervised till this age. So this was my point.
Yeah, I actually got you. I actually got the crux of your question. You are talking about the role of teacher. I think, role of parents actually. So why I said that? Because parent is not a teacher. He don't have any degree. When you are sustaining or living in an age of professionalism, I think teacher do have professionality. So parent cannot be a teacher. We just pretend that parent is a teacher. Parent can never be a teacher. Only that parent who is itself a teacher. Okay, but teacher is different. So that is the role of teacher. That is the boundary of teacher. That's the domain of teacher. That's not the domain of parent. Parent has to love. He has to create an enabling situation for a child to grow up. So that's all from my side.
Okay, you guys did very well. So, from my side now, Kaushal is going to put his view. Kaushal, are you there?
Uh, so am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so good evening, gentlemen and gentlewomen. I, Kaushal Sarawat from Team A and speaking for the motion. Do you also think parents are restricting you for party and roam with your friends? Do you also think that parents are stopping you from playing video games? Yes, they do, but for your sake of benefit. Parents have seen and experienced more life than us. They have grown us from a young age to this age, and they know what is good for us and what is bad for us, and they will always see for our benefits. But why we think that the parents are controlling us? Our parents must be also thinking in their childhood. But when we grow and achieve something in our future and remembers all those learnings and restrictions, we think they were totally correct. So my message to the youth and the teenagers that stop thinking consciously about your parents and restrictions. It's for your benefits. Believe your parents because they have grown you till that age and they will always see for your benefits and for your positivity. There's nothing like they want to see themselves in ourselves, but they want to see a better man than themselves. Like they want to see a better person from themselves in you, and they want to create you a best person who could survive in the future. So work hard towards your goal and prove to your parents. Thank you.
Oh, it's short but very sweet. It was awesome. So, Dinesh, from your side,
Yes,
who is going to counter?
yes. From my side, Kavish Kanak. Are you here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, counter him. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, brother, as you said, parents play a vital role in our life. They make decision and they want their best version in ourselves, right? What if I want to be a guitarist and I have found to be a guitarist since my childhood, but because of my father ambitions, I am pursuing engineering. Do you think that I could be a great engineer in upcoming time? Do you think I could be devoted to my work ever, not being a guitarist? Can you counter this question, please?
Yes, my sweet friend, I will. I also mentioned in my conversation that the parents want the better persons them from themselves, and but the solution for that, the children also think that the parents are eager to become their friends. So the child should talk about their goals, about their thinking. And I don't think that no parent will think for the bad of this of their children. If they will take a decision, it will better for you, and if you don't want to follow that, you should talk. And I totally think that they will agree with your point and with your decision, because they loves you. I don't think that there will be any other option. Thank you.
Okay.
Of course, that is right.
Yes. So from my team, Kavish Kanak, you are here. Kavish Kanak is a very good speaker. Let's see what
Yeah.
are his views on this topic. Yes, brother, please go.
Okay. Respected judges, my fellow mates, and the devoted listeners. First of all, good evening. Uh, so, wow, what a time. We had just crossed our time from the pandemic, the corona time period. So, this pandemic had taught us a lot of things about new lifestyle, about reading, new habits, learning, everything. The humanity's habits has changed. Can you believe it? So, in this term, there is one more thing which has been changed: the relation between a student and his parents, the child and his parent. So what has it changed? Like nowadays you will find it very common that people are utilizing mobile phone for their education, like children under 15-year-old, children under 20-year-old, teenagers, they are utilizing their mobile phones. And here we will see that a lot of parents are trying to control their children. They want that their children should be in limit, and they should be on the words of their, like they should work on the words of their parents. So I think it is totally wrong thing. Parents are someone who guides you, who just make path for you. They are not those people who are a hurdle between your future and your dreams. So nowadays, what is happening after pandemic specifically, that parents are forcing their children to invest their time into their thoughts. For example, right now, what is happening? The child who is trying to be an engineer, who wants to be a doctor, their parents will force him to become a CA just because it is their dream that should be fulfilled. And somehow they try to have control over their children. So right now, can you believe what is the depression rate in India among children? One out of every four child is suffering from depression, and it is just because parental control, parental pressure. They want their child to fulfill their dreams, which is totally pathetic. Right now, what is happening? The new generation, Gen Z, they are following the new technologies like blockchain, metaverse. They are having much more knowledge in comparison to their parents. So they are
30 seconds
capable
left.
to
Try to wrap it.
think about themselves, what is better for them and what is bad for them. So finally, I will conclude by saying that the world conspires to fulfill your dream if your intentions are good. So if the intention of a child is good, it's the duty of his parent to fulfill his dream. Thank you, mates, for this session. Yeah.
Yes, Kavish. Of course, sometimes our dreams are not really ours. Good point. So now, who is going to come from your team, Gitanjali, to counter him?
Yes, of course, Kavish, his points are very valid, but I have one buddy to counter his question. Uh, Kaushal, are you there?
Yes. So, buddy, I want to tell you, like, there are many reasons for the depressions. You also told, like, from four people, one child is depressed. There are many reasons for that. I And my question to you is like you told about the digitalization and the children's know more than their parents about the technology, and there are many causes. There are many cases uh, about the improper use of the mobiles. Like the parents have given them the mobiles, and they have invested 10 to 20 lakhs of their parents into some video games. And I also want an answer for that. If the child got into wrong activities due to the leniency by the parents, so who is answerable for that? Please answer me, bro.
Okay. So about your question that the child has spent 14 and 50 lakhs, that cases are very less. Like hardly I think in whole India it could be approx 10 cases, not more than that. So that is not a big issue. Talking about the technological benefits, obviously there is some faults in the technology, and there is some authority of parents to have control over them. But don't you think that technology should be like explored by the student by self? The children should explore it by selves. Like there is a lot of things. If parent will try to stop him by exploring through his mobile phone, what he will do, he will explore it through his friend mobile phone, through his mother's mobile phone, or through other sources, grandmother's mobile phone. Now the students are so much tech savvy that they know how you can utilize two mobile phones using a single mobile phone, like cloning your own mobile phone. So if when as a parent you are having your mobile phone, you will have no idea that guy is already exploring those exploited materials utilizing your own mobile phone. So keeping an eye on your child is not an option. What you can do, that you have to let the child explore him itself. And yeah, if the things go above the limit, then you should must not beat your child. You should must like fetch a counselor to help him. Okay, brother.
Yes, Kavish, thank you. It was a very good clash between both of you, Kaushal and Kavish. So, Gitanjali, who is going to come now from your side?
So from my side, I'm going to invite Ajit. Ajit, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Yes, go on.
Am I audible? Hello?
Yes.
Can you? Yeah. So, good morning, guys. Very good afternoon, guys. Like we have seen many of my friends arguing in opposition that parental control is bad because they are outdated. They don't know the technology. They will enforce their dreams on us. They won't let us be free, etc., etc., etc. But to all that, I will simply ask a
Sorry to
simple
interrupt.
question.
Please speak a little bit louder.
Okay, we have heard them say that they will squash our dreams. They will impose their own dreams on us. They are not technologically advanced. They don't know what metaverse is. They don't know what an NFT is. They don't know what a cryptocurrency is. It's all fine because many of us, our parents, didn't know, and it's also the same case that many of our parents also know. It's not the children of the new age that is the youngsters under 18 that developed all this technology. There are many elders or part of it. Okay, that's all another discussion. But let me ask you one question. We all know that if we put our hand in the fire, it will get burned, right? And we know that burning hurts. So let me ask you this: how many of you want to go back to the first time that you got burned? Nobody wants to. Like, why would we want to burn ourselves? No. Here comes the role of the parents. They teach us from their experience or the experience they have heard or understand from others. Like every youngster, most of the youngsters, including me, want to go on my bike 100 kilometers per an hour, talk to the wind and so on, so on. But if we all start doing that, many of us won't return to home. This is from our so here comes the importance of parents. They restrict us because they love us. They want us to be happy, and I totally agree when people say that they will impose our dreams on us. No, there are many parents who let the children be free. So it's not the children who need guidance, the parents also need guidance to how to be treat their children. But it doesn't mean that parents should give up all their control in order to let the child be free. Because in this today's world, let's talk about technology itself, the cryptocurrency, NFT. That's all the common things that we talk. But what about the darker side of the internet, where there are predators waiting for the children to be caught, make their life miserable, and scar them there for their life. Like if we are allowed to leave our children explore all these bad things of the world with unsupervised or without restriction, how it is going to affect their characters? Because they are growing children, their character is highly dependent on what they see, what they experience, and it is the duty of a parent to control what he see, what she sees, and make their character better. Once they have developed this morality where they are able to identify which is bad, which is good, then they can explore the world. The parents are not going to stop you from doing everything the entire life. No, once you develop the morality to identify which is wrong for you, which is good for you, every every action has consequences. Once we learn that, they will let us explore the world. They are not going to control every aspect of your life till you die. No, they will let us you, but you have to prove yourself that you are morally capable of identifying wrong from right. Thank you.
Yes, you spoke very well. Your points are very valid. And even you ask so many questions also. So, Dinesh, your team have a counter question.
Yes, of course. And yes, he made a very balanced point. Our parents should also be guided.
Yeah.
Yes. So from my team, I will call now. Ashura, are you here to counter him?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
I would say, like, I would appreciate the metaphor you gave about burning and getting hurt. But I want to ask you, if you don't get burned at all, if you don't get burned at all, then how are you going to know the pain that it gives you, right? So you as a parent, when you grow up and you never experienced anything because your parents were strict. So how are you going to give experience to your child? How are you going to give a lesson to your children? Are you getting my point? And
I
that's it, yeah.
exactly get that point. That's why that my last point of morality comes into play. That you need to have this experience when you are ready for them. As a child, if one single incident that may scar for you, but once you are grown up, once you have the mental fortitude to face the world for what it is, so we can say the world is a colorful place, but it has its darker shades too. So once you develop that courage and that personality, that morality that is provided from our parents, our elders, our teachers, then we can face all those scars, because then these scars will fade and we will be able to protect our children the way the parents protected us, and we will also able to improve upon this. Because as a person of today, I know what the real world is, what are the new threats that is happening, including drugs, pornography, or whatever it is, the new threats. I'll be able to add more to it and be able to prepare my children better and institute a better morality on them, that they be able to face the world for what it is. Thank you.
Okay. I would say I'm not satisfied with your answer, but I will get back to you when I'm speaking.
Yeah, sure. I will be obliged to provide any clarification.
Okay. So, Dinesh, who is next from your side?
Yes, the stage is all fire on fire, burning and burning. Yes, from my side now, I will like to, call. Glass, are you here?
Yes,
Pawan,
I
are
am.
you? Yes, yes. Please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are completely audible.
Yes,
Please
sir.
go.
Firstly, good evening, everyone, and thank you for having me over. I'd like to begin with that I see that the discussion is between restriction is good or not, and the meaning has been taken quite literally. That I mean, we do not intend that if restrictions are not there, then the if restrictions are not there, then we should be absolutely be ignored by the parents. So, firstly, if restriction causes lacking of creativity in a child, um, it also leads to perhaps some psychological issues, and like the child becomes dependent, has low self-esteem, low confidence, and cannot perhaps be more creative of a perspective. Like if you restrict your child too much of anything, say you don't let him go, you don't let him play much, saying that it will affect your studies and all, he will at a age be he will develop a resentment towards his parents himself, and perhaps he will into those stuff get into those things himself, and when he'd get things messed up, he won't be like confronting his parents as he'd be too scared to getting a scolding or a beating. So like restricting a child is not the option. You need to be there, you need to support your child, not like take control of him. If you restrict something that is right in front of you, it will create more longing for it. So yes, that's my point. Thank you.
Yes, in short, you have said so many things. So, who is going to come from your team now?
Sri, do you have any counter question? I think she is not available here. Sajid, are you there?
Yes, I am. Okay, can
Yeah,
I?
counter him.
Yeah, okay. You told about that these pressures that parents give will
Can
start
you please be a little loud?
okay, these suggestions and restrictions will cause the children's confidence and they will be dependent on them. But my question is that the restrictions and that the parents provide and the scars they may provide is out of love. And what about the real world? The scars the real world is going to cause is not out of love. It is out of hate. It is out of anger. It is for their own pleasure. These cars, how is the child going to child when we are talking about child, is a child of under 15 years of age that doesn't have that mental fortitude. How that child is going to face these scars that the world is going to give. As a world, I mean that the darker side of the world that we hear news all the time of whatever drugs, blackmailing, whatever it is. How the child is going to bear that scar and how it is going to affect the child. But which would you prefer in the long run?
So firstly, as I said that, like, I mean, if you're not restricting the child, doesn't mean you have to be completely ignorant towards it, him or her. And out of love, you said that they are protecting. They are like keeping you in a bubble. At some point of life, you will be exposed to the real life, to the harsh reality. You will be scarred, and you will have to heal. So now that depends. Are there the parents uh, to support their child? And if they are not, and if the child is too scared because of the restrictions imposed by the parents, the child will like never refer to their parents and keep on getting scarred and getting plummeting in the dark side of the world.
But what do you think the chance of a child to get scarred and recover is higher, or an adult to get the courage to face the world? Because every child who is restricted by their parents is not going to be out of a bubble. It's not it's a bubble to protect themselves, and once they have the courage, they are let out. Okay, right. So if then they are faced with these challenges, they can face it, right? How else they like if for in the case like you cannot simply send the child to a lions den and tell them that this will
Okay.
make you stronger. No, this will make you a
Yes, Ajit, you can
smart.
counter only once. Okay. Glass, you want to say something? He has asked the question if
Yes.
you want to.
Hmm. So he said if leaving these things to adulthood is a good option, but I say that encouraging these things at a young age is very necessary. As if you leave your child for this, so in the upcoming years he'll start to grow more and more introvert. He'll not be able to explain or express his points to the people in public. He will be intimidated and bullied. So these things are
Yes.
needed to be taught at a very young age.
Yes, thank you, Glass. Valid turn was already over. Yes, so Who is going to come from your team now, Gitanjali?
Yes, from my team now, I'm going to invite Shri. Are you there, Shri?
Okay, good evening to all of, and today's debate session is going so well, and the topic is a is parental supervision or control good for children? Yes, I say that it is good for children because as a parent, they influence their child's basic values like religious values and issues related to their future like educational choices. They're also guiding so properly, and parents have believed that they should raise a perfect child, and every times he also guided to become a good child and a good citizens of India. And the benefits of parental controls are clear. They provide peace of mind to children by protecting children from wrong works. And in this scenario, many children are going very depression, and in that depression, their parents see only who saves his child from many depressions. And parents have so many experience, and they also build their children's character. And yes, and yes, they also affect their character, and they also protect to from the wrong works. So parents control is good for children. Okay, thank you.
So from my
Okay,
side, I will
Shri,
call
your
Kavish
turn
Kanak.
now.
You want to counter him? Counter her? So who is going to come from my team to counter her?
Can I?
Yes, silent boy. Yes, please.
Yes, Ree, you're talking about depression. I think parents are the reason for depression for a new generation because they shrink the possibilities of the children. They be due to that excessive, they act like a policeman. Don't you think that is the cause of introversy, or you can say depression, or whatever behavior, rude behavior our children nowadays have attend adulthood? I think that's the reason, the parental control when they act as a policeman. Don't you think so?
No, I don't think. Um, um, Never parents also want to get depressed to their child. Never they don't want to get put on the depressions, and yes, they also um, saved from depression, and also protect from depression. And in this scenario, many of out of sources that's going on people's youth mind, and from their career and from their societies, they are getting so many depression. And in this matter, only parents saved from depression. I think that is the parents also good for children. Thank you.
Yes, yes, you're good. So, Dinesh, from your team, who is going to next?
Yes, from my team. Mukesh, are you here?
Yeah,
Pawan.
buddy, I'm here.
Yes, yes. Please do.
Yeah, good evening, all of you. Thanks for giving me opportunity to speak in front of you. So we are talking about parental control is good or bad. I think nowadays we are living in the internet era or like modern era where like the children are too much addicted to internets or like, but parents are trying to control them. Okay, so according to me, parental control is bad. Why so? So many of my colleagues, they already discussed some psychological facts, like if you control our parents, there are some like depression and undue loyalty and the lack of confidence, this type of problem found in every single in so many students nowadays or children's. And even though those who are suffering, like they suffers from anxiety, such a kind of issues, even they are not even able to make their decisions in future, because we are not giving them freedom. We are not making them able to take their own decisions on their own. Okay, this is the okay, let me tell you the short story. Like when we were kids, we used to tell everything to our parents regarding, when we was in a LKG, UKG, or in a school. We used to tell everything what we did in school, with whom, and what our teacher said, and everything. But as we started grown up, grew up, um, we started lying, stopped everything, like telling what we did, because our if we said anything wrong, then our parents started scolding on us, like why you did that, and blah blah things, and so many things. So what happened after that? We stopped telling. We didn't stop, we didn't stop doing. We stopped telling them the truth. So it is what the effect of controlling. If our parents control us, now we start lying them. We don't stop doing that things. We just stop telling them. Okay, the difference is, we do act, but we don't tell our parents, and we start with go with flow, because we want to do. Most of our friends, they do that thing, so it's usual that we want to do that thing with our friends, and to enjoy, to go late night parties, and to drive cars, and all that things. This is what we want to. But the only thing I want to tell all of you, we we can guide our children, but we can't control our children. Okay, are you getting my point? Yes, we
30
just
seconds, sir.
guide
Please
them
conclude now.
nowadays. Yeah, just I want to tell you, the excess of everything is bad. If you are controlling excessively your child, you are destroying their future. You are not making them a responsible citizen, and you are not making them a person who will take their decision on their own. Okay, that's it.
Yes,
Thanks.
Mukesh, thank you. It was a very, very strong point. So, who is going to come from your team to counter him, Gitanjali?
So from my team, I'm going to call Vaibhav to counter Mukesh points. Vaibhav, are you there?
Yes, Gitanjali, I'm here. Mukesh, brother, you said very well. As you said that in this internet era, the children are addicted to internet. I want to say that addiction is, I think, a negative thing. And yes, definitely, in this internet era, if people are getting something from internet, definitely our parents are supporting on that side, because in this internet era, in this technological era, yes, our parents are not becoming so much technological, but definitely they are understanding the and they feel pride ki how much our childs are technological. So that was my point. Parents are not going to scold them. As you said that if the children is saying something to their parent, they are going to scold them. Yeah, bro, I can't say uh, how much percentage is there, but definitely there are few parents who are going to scold them, because what for their parents, they are working for their children. Definitely they are going to give them time. They will try to understand them. Definitely they will understand their child if the child will talk to their parents, and if he will make understand their parents, yes, I want to do this, and I want to help in this era also. So that was my point. Parents are not going to scold them. Parents will help. Children should talk to their parents, and parents will help them in every aspect. Thank you.
Okay, so it's expected to give you answer. Am I correct? According to me, you said
Sorry,
parent don't scold. Okay, it's my turn now to give you answer.
Yes, yes, please go.
According to you, parent don't scold on their children and all that. So don't you think why children are not expressing everything to their parents? Why they are not that much attached to their parents? Why they are not telling everything what they did and what they are doing, what they using, and which with whom they are living? No, even nowadays we are we are seeing in so many schools they are appointing counselor. Yeah, I just want to say that children are they are literally expressing themselves in front of counselor, who even who totally unknown to them, but that they are not expressing themselves with their own parents, because that is the issue. They are not allowing them, or they are not even trying to make them comfortable to speak with our parents. So I think that's the issue. Let them make comfortable, like be with free with them, and you can guide them but don't control them. That's it. That's my answer. Thanks.
Should I speak?
No.
No, you cannot
Yeah,
be counted.
yeah, Mukesh. Okay.
Yes, you guys rock on. Now, from my team, I'm going to invite Smile to put her view. Smile, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Yes, go on.
Smile is there.
Ismail is not audible if she is speaking.
Smile, are you there?
Text her.
Rejoin, please. I think
Text
we
her.
have network issue.
You can call another person, Gitanjali.
Okay.
She's having some network issues, I guess. Yeah.
Sobi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, girl, go on.
First of all, thank you for this opportunity. How our parents' rights can influence everything. There are many benefits of parental control. However, it is important to explain to children that you trust them as well. Nowadays, children are exposed towards social media at a very young age. They need protection from objectable content, cyberbullying, and limit screen time. It's visible that many of children are addicted on digital devices. In my opinion, parents should give proper guidance for their children up to 13 until 13 years. And in social life, due to some lack of confidence, fear of people, children may stay backwards and choose to be not socially active, which in turn make them introverts. And most importantly, parents can save their children from bad friend circles and consumption of alcohols and drugs, and at an early stage, which can cause a long term bad influence on their life. Um, so these all led to my conclusion that till an age where children get to know till an age where children get to know what's wrong and right, a proper guidance control is very necessary for molding a good personality for future. Uh, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, Sobi, your points are really great. So, Dinesh, from your side, who is going to counter it?
Yeah, now I will call Kavish Kannak. Are you here? Counter.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
brother. So, ma'am, you just said that the kids are getting influenced of alcohol and other things. They are also getting influence of, like, they are having bad influence like criminals and others also. At the age of 13, are you kidding me? How many people you have saw that the age of 13 students are drinking alcohol, or they are doing crime like killing other people or stealing great amount of money from banks or something? Can you justify your statement right now?
Yeah, actually, you said until an age of 13, people are no children are doing crimes. So actually, there are cases in India also. Their children had committed crimes in under the age of 13. So I guess my points are valid towards that. Uh, yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay.
Dinesh,
Yes.
from your team?
Okay. Thank you, Kavish
Yes.
and Subi. Yeah, from my team, I will call now. Pawan, are you here? Pawan,
Yes,
are you here? Yes, put your points on it. Yes, thank
okay. Respected judges, or dear host, and all my dear participants, as well as all the listeners. What I feel that there's no doubt that parents are always an integral part of the children's life. They give us birth, they nurture us, they fulfill all our needs, and they do a lot of things for us. But does this give them right to control our choices? I feel absolutely no. When the children are too young, it's the duty of parents to look after them. But as the children start growing, they start developing their own choices. They have their own set of goals. But what we see, especially in a country like India, the influence of parents in a children's future is very much. Parents try to give advice to children on every topic. They do not only give advice, but they also try to make choices as per their wish of their children. So what I feel, what this does to the children, this makes children very much less comfortable with their parents. This makes children what we can say, this makes children very prone to the physical world. See what parents do. Parents make decisions for their children according to their experience. If they have got good experiences in life, they suggest same kind of thing, that you should also pursue this career so you will succeed. If they have got failures in their life, so they refrain their children from taking risk. They say that, okay, do a secure job and do not risk your life, do not risk your salary, do not risk your job. So this makes children, they become less risk taking children. Also, how can we decide that if a parent's advice is good for their children or not? Maybe the parent is not worthy enough to give advice.
Only 30 seconds, wrap it.
Okay. Also, what happens, we have seen many cases in India where parents are involved in domestic violence. So how can parents who is involved in domestic violence can advise their children? So what I feel, that due to this only, parents should not control their children. Rather at the early age, they should develop good moral values. They should teach children good moral values, so that it will not the need to control them, rather than talking with them and solving any discussion. Thank you.
Yeah, so who is going to come from your side? Yes, thank you, Pawan. It was good points. So,
Oh,
yes.
so from my side, I'm calling to Sobi to counter Pawan's view. Sobi, do you have counter questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go on.
Okay. I'm convinced with the fact that the people need freedom after a point. They get to know what they actually deserve or need. But do you think until that stage, a proper parental control is necessary, since there are a lot of dangers can exploit them at an early age?
Yes, when we are too young, parents take care of us. But once we start developing our choices, parents should listen to them. They should not control them. If our children wants go for swimming, parents should absolutely send them to swimming. Neither they should get afraid of that my children will get drowned or all these things.
Okay, Pawan, thank you. Your valid turn is over. So, who is coming from your side now? Gitanjali.
Yeah, from my side, I'm going to invite Yasmin to put her view. Yasmin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, drop it.
Okay, thank you for giving me the chance. Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay.
you are.
So our today's topic is parental supervision or control good for children? Yeah, I will say yes, it is good. So parental supervision is a parenting technique that involves looking after monitoring a child's activities. So young children, we say that are generally incapable of looking after themselves and incompetent in making informed their decisions for their own well-being. For this reason, they require some supervision or at least some guidance from their parent sides, or you can say another adult who are just exist from their side. So the most basic form of parental supervision is required to keep children from hunting themselves or others, to keep them away from dangerous types of things like objects or any types of situations. So when they are just small children, requires continual supervision and care from their parent side, and lack of this some negligence also. So for information, I mentioned here some data. Some states do have specific age restrictions. For example, children who are just under age of 8 years old cannot be left at home alone. In Georgia, Maryland, that type of area, 9 years old in North Dakota, 10 years old, Oregon, and Washington, and 11 years old who are just existing there in Michigan. So there are lots of examples. So here we see that some developed cities of children has not age restrictions not to allow alone. So I think there are some specific reasons also behind there. So in addition, many people believe that children should be protected from violent or pornographic imaginary types of things. Some believe that children should be protected from information that challenges the values system that their local culture in them, and some law also there enforce these types of restrictions on their side. So the arrival of the internet has made unconcerned access to information available to the home in a way that was previously impossible. But nowadays, many parents choose to supervise the time that their children spend accessory in the internet. So how important, question is that how important is parental guidance or parental careness? So parental guidance boosts children's abilities and strength. It also the key of making them aware from danger and discrimination also. And because of providing support to children in one of the best ways to make them confident and ready to any obligation that may arise in that from their area. So in conclusion, I want to say that parental supervision or control good for children. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, you rocked it. Means your points are very valid, and it was great. So Dinesh, from your side, who is going to counter her?
Yes, she was very good in her points. So from my side now, I will call Silent Boy. Silent Boy, are you here? Please go ahead.
Yeah, yes, man, just was asking about parental control. I think, don't you think, Yasmin, that self-discipline can be a way out? We can't, ignore technology. We can't ignore the freedom. I think that's the need of hour. That is the, need of time, rather. Don't you think that self-discipline can be the best way? Because the parents are so much, I can say, with breadth of mentality, diversity of mentality is there, they can just train their child. Don't you think self-discipline, self-awakening, that can play a role rather than making this, closer relationship there?
Yeah, I think no, they cannot make lose their relationships because I think the who are just children, so their relationships, if they make their relationships with their parents in a good way, so how can they lose their how can they lose their relationships with their parents? They just follow their parents rules and regulations. So I think it is good to always just follow their rules and regulations, I mean, to their parents. Yeah.
Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you, Silent Boy. Dinesh, from your side, who is going next?
Yes, from my side, I think probably the last one. I will check it in meanwhile. So from my side, Asura, are you here? Asura?
Yes, I am here. Yes.
Yeah, please, brother, go ahead.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me. I'll just get straight to the facts, right? Somebody was saying 13 years restrictions are needed and all. 13 year is a age where you don't even you're not even aware about your surrounding. You don't know anything. You're just following the path that your parents chose for you, and that's like after that comes the scenario where you grow up, you get known about your surrounding, and you want to do something more, rather something more that your parents are restricting, and that's where the restriction stuff, the strict parents comes in the scenario, right? Till the point of 13 age, that scenario doesn't even suit, right? Then we will go next. The second thing I would say, strict parents will lead to low self-esteem, just like Glass said. I'll tell you how. You want to do something in your life, then your parents are holding you back. They're not letting you do what you want to do. You're not getting um, you're not getting experience. People are saying that the world will give you scar. Yes, it will give you scar, and you will have to heal, right? You will have to heal, and that's how you understand stuff. That's how you get to know stuff, and that's how you grow. That's a part of your life. What's the role of our parents? Parents should be there to correct our mistakes, to lead us, not to take our control, not to like. And the thing we want to like, they learn few things, and they want us to know, right? We will learn from our mistakes. That's how we humans learn. Trying to push down their trauma, trying to push down their experience, it just results into toxic parents, which none of us wants, right? and and I would say the third point would be like, strict parents, they just stops us from doing lots of things that we want to do, and the more they will restrict, the more the urge will get created to do something. It's not like they ask us to stop and we will stop. No, things doesn't happen like that, right? If they beat us for doing something, we will do it even
30
more.
seconds
The urge,
left.
we won't stop, we won't hesitate doing, because the outcome already know what's going to happen worse, because they will beat us. That's the worst thing. And then what we'll do, we won't even think while doing it. I said my points. Second point was my main point. If there is anyone
Time.
retaliating, yes, I'm
Time.
up for that. Yeah.
Yes. So from my
Yes, so
side,
who is
I'm
coming from
going
your team?
to
Yes.
invite. Yes, from my side, Ajit is going to counter.
Yeah.
Ajit,
First,
are
let
you
me.
there?
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So my counter to your first point is that children will be hurt, they will be scarred. They just have to heal themselves. Do you think if it is that easy to heal themselves? If I'm accepting this for the sake of argument that the children will heal themselves, then the entire debate that your side has presented, that they will be scarred for the life by their parents, wouldn't that be easier to heal than the scars, the deep scars that the world will cause?
Parents restricting you from something that doesn't give you any scar, to be honest. The real world gives you something. Yes, it hurts very bad, and yes, actually it's something that we have to like heal ourselves actually. Age after 13 is something very crucial age for us. It's something very important. We people go through lots of emotions at that time, relationship stuff, study stress, and we are also getting aware about what's bad and what's good in life, right? We already are going through so much, and there comes parents in the scenario. They don't understand anything about how we feeling, how we are what's deep inside, like what's how we are feeling about certain something. They just expect कि study should be our main focus of stress, and if there is something that stresses us out, it should be study. And apart from that, they don't get anything. Porn is something that us to experience. Porn, even that's not something that they should restrict. No, right? Sex education is really important. Porn, you were talking about porn again and again. And I want to tell you, we do not learn from somebody else's experience. To learn something, we have to understand it ourselves. We have to go through that thing ourselves, right? And that answers your question.
It
Yes.
really does. That's your point, but the main question.
You're not audible this time.
Okay.
Yeah,
You guys
I don't
done.
think I can ask
Your
again.
valid turn is over. Achir, your valid turn is over.
Yeah,
Please
yeah,
don't.
I know. Sorry.
Yes, thank you. So, is there anyone left from your side? Because I'm done with my participants. Gitanji, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm also done with my participant. I think no one is left from my team. So we should move towards the second cycle.
Yes. In this cycle, we only have one round, and so the two debaters from your team are.
We can take 2 rounds also. We have a time. So
Okay.
choose any 2 members from your team.
Okay, from my team, Silent Boy and Kavis Kanak. They are the ones.
Okay, so from my side, I'm going to invite Smile and Kaushal. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes. For this,
Yes, okay.
you will be given 10 minutes, and please note this that you have to express your words in limited words possible. Try to wrap your statements under a minute so that others will also get opportunity. And please speak one by one. Yes. Let's move to this cycle. Yeah, yeah. Please carry.
Okay, so good evening, my fellow mates. So my first, I want to tell all of you, like we are living in the era where we make our parents friends on the Father's Day or Mother's Day. We don't even talk to them properly others on other days. So my first question is, if we are not only the person who are trying to make them friends, if we are not only the person who wants to tell our thoughts, our feelings, so how they will understand and how they will take decision or how they will think. Please answer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Connect.
exactly. So just check it out. I am 13-year-old, right? I have no sense of the world, how it works. I have no any kind of idea like how you will work, how parents' mindset are. So how could I counter them? How could I get about their feelings? Right? There is no chance that I could know about their feelings. It is a crucial time that they should guide us and not dominate over our thoughts. Right?
But if the children are not even telling their as we all know that from the age of 8 to 10, when we come to the class of 8th class or 9th class, we stop telling our parents about our feelings and about our thoughts. So if we are not the person who are not telling, so how the parents are liable for the wrong thing?
Actually, you were not audible. Am I right? Anybody was listening? He was not audible.
Yes, your voice is not audible. Her voice is not audible. Yes.
Okay, now it's audible. I think I want to again ask, like, if we are not, if we see like the people, children who at the age of 8 or 9 or we can say in the classes of 8th, 9th or 10th, stop telling their parents about their feelings, about their thoughts. So why the parents are liable for their wrongs and goods?
Okay, your question is that how will their parents find that he is right or wrong, right? Kaushal?
My question is like, if we are not even trying to be their friends, if we are not trying to be telling our thoughts, so how they will think about us, how they will get
Mm,
inside us.
actually, Mod, I am unable to listen his voice clearly. Like, he's good in starting, but his last word faded away. Silent boy, if you have heard, you can reply him, counter him, please.
Kalin boy, if you,
Yeah,
yes, please go ahead.
This Kushal is actually not clear in his words. Because I will say outrightly that he is saying about love, again about love. We are not against that. He's not actually, his stand is not clear. He has to talk about supervision. He's lacking somewhere, I think, because we are not against love. We want parents and children. That should be a relation of love. That should be the relation of mutual understanding. There should be not use of stick. There should be not of use of direction. Okay, that's what we want actually. I don't think his point is somehow understandable. He's rather just, I can say he's coming in our steps. I don't know, he's not clear in his stand. He's again talking about love, even that is our point, I think.
Exactly, that's what I was saying.
Not actually clear to his stand. He has not, I think, understood the topic. He has come unprepared, I think.
Right side. I think that parental control is bad because if you want to control your children, they will deviate from their paths. In the place of controlism, what you can do, you can hire a counselor and let them do some sessions with him so he can like direct him in good ways. And obviously you are not an expert in this field, like parents are not an expert, so obviously they should take help of these people in the place of countering themselves.
Don't you think, Kavish, don't you think like parents are the person who knows you the best? No counselor would know you the best. The parents are the only person who knows you the best, who have grown you. And I don't think that they will think for your bad. If they are telling you to do something, there is for your benefit.
I think I am living in a patriarchy society, patriarchal. So in this patriarchal society, what happens? You don't share your words with your parents. You don't share about your crushes. You don't share about what is happening in your school. They have to find it in their own way. So why not take the help of the industry experts? Like you know about it, the counselor are getting fee for that thing. That because they are expert, they can evacuate the real thing inside the mind of students. So why not take help of them? And it is true, parents don't know about their teenagers' children. It's 100% true.
And my question is the same: why we are not telling them? Why we are not making them our best friends? It's why I want the question: why we are not making them our best friends?
We are not that much matured, brother. You need maturity at that age.
Well, listen, once I think he had lost the ground. He's supporting us. Yeah, we are talking about love. We want actually the relation should be friendly. He is taking our side. I'm not able to understand which way he's going. He's stabbing the basic argument. He has to talk about supervision. He's talking about love. I fail to understand what he's talking. He's taking our side. Other side, please, send someone who knows something. He's taking our side, I think. He's talking about love. That is our stand, I think. Kavish, do you think so?
That's why I am making point that he would counter us. Otherwise, I am totally losing in front of those people. Like what they are thinking, it is totally out of my mind.
That is actually clear. The thing is clear actually. Nowadays, parents don't have time. They are using supervision. They are using unnecessary control over the children because they don't have time from office. They take the office work to this home and homework to office. They don't have actually time for the students. Let them be free and let them enjoy their talent. Let them explore their interaction. That's, I think, the failure of parents. Parents don't have time actually for their children. That's actually the case. Kaushik, can you just rebut it?
But I think supervision is very important for their children, because the parents have to take time from their busy schedule for the supervision. As we all know that in the today's era there are many wrong activities which are occurring in the age of teenage, and it might be a reason due to of lack of supervision. So I don't think that supervision is a wrong thing.
So do you know only 70% of children are who get adulthood, they are introvert? Do you know the reason? The reason is actually the threat. That is actually the problem which had instilled back in their childhood. That is because of that threat which had got inside them. That is actually growing up. That is why they are introvert. You don't take the meaning of education and only getting job or getting education. It is all round development. It means you should be socially strong. You should be able to take decisions. decisions. You should be able to control the situation in any way, whatever. But don't you think that supervision, that is actually killing the talent, that is killing the potential inbuilt potential of the children? I think that is the way. What about those gifted children? Those gifted come with mastery. They come with mastery driven. They are called mastery driven. Don't you think those gifted children, they get, their talent gets stabbed, they end up with being a road Romeo, they end up with being a social, they destroy the social fabric because their talent has not actually been accepted by their parents. Because of that supervision which you are hailing, which you are talking about, that supervision is actually that is the concept of 19th century. You are taking us back to 19th century. It's 21st century and live in this century, I think.
Brother, I don't think that supervision or controlling making the children introvert. The reason for being introvert is the lack of social. The children are not social to other people. The parents should make them social to others.
Who is the reason for restricting those children from being social, being more social? Who is the reason for this lack of socialization? Who is the reason? That is, I think, that those strict parents. Don't you think there is any connection between the two?
Their parents are not stopping them to talk with other friends. They want them to make friends. There is nothing like if the parents are controlling, they are restricting them to talk to other people. They are trying to make a, they are not speaking like you shouldn't make friends and you shouldn't talk to others. They are not telling the fact, and their reason for being introvert is not the controlling and
Just
this
3 minutes left.
Well, I think you are lacking that sense. I think you are lacking the basic concept. I can say basic definition of supervision. So you should actually try to know actually what is supervision. Supervision means being selective, just monitor the activities. Don't you think it violates the privacy of a person when someone is supervising him at the back? Do you know some nowadays the apps have come where parents they use it to monitor the through the apps or what actually their children are doing on their cell phone? Don't you think it is violating their right of privacy? Maybe you will tell about it is good cause, but tell me the impression on that, embodying that mindset of a children. Don't you think it is bad? Don't you think we have
Brother,
changed the permanent thing? Don't you think we should change
brother,
with the stress, with the age?
okay. But as told by Kavish that we are living in a pathetic society. Why we are not doing the same things like other countries? We are leaving the homes at the age of 15 and 16 when our teenage start our own earning and
There is,
living at our
there is
own
no
terms.
parental control. You are accepting again coming in our domain. There is no parental control in Western countries. That is what we are saying. We are telling you, and you are accompanies to change your mindset. That is what we are actually claiming to
No,
change your and be Western line.
if you want privacy in like other countries, go and live your own terms. Go and earn and live on your own terms. If you are a liability on your parents, you have to listen. There is no concept like you want to enjoy of the expenses. You want the money, and you don't want to listen a single thing. It's not the case. I think you might be understanding. If not, I don't think that like leave that thing.
But it is harmful that you are keeping an eye on your children utilizing those spy application. Don't you think that what will happen? What will be the scenario if that guy will find out that their parents will having an eye on him? They were watching him all the time. What will happen if he will get into his mature stage, like he will be a younger person, and later on he will find that the girl with whom he was chatting, their parents were also simultaneously watching him? Don't you think that parents are trying to make the status quo? What they were doing was totally wrong for to them, their children?
Like in the age of 8 to 13, I think like it is very important to supervise the activities which a child is doing on their mobile phones. But if it is above the age of 15 or 16, they should get the privacy of their mobile phones, and they should have the privacy so that they could talk to other people. I totally agree with your fact but the supervision should be at the certain age. It should be at there, because at the starting age we are not knowing about the good or bad, as you told about. Like I am 13-year old, I am not knowing about the good or bad. If I am a 13-year boy, if there is supervision, I could get the good things. I won't be indulged in the wrong activities. Like supervision at till age is very fine thing. I don't think there is a problem in that.
But Koshal, the adulthood is decided by the childhood. If you are confining those traits at the childhood, means you are lost. Your adulthood is decided by the prime time of your childhood. Don't you think? That is why it is called a genius comes with along with the sense of madness. What is that madness? That is a little bit tiredness, just trying, doing some illogical things. But your parents are just not allowing you to do those things. Means your genius is being that's being killed there by your parents. Don't you know? Don't you think in that way? Genius comes. He goes on trying. He makes a try, and that game he learns by that way.
I
Yes,
think
the
if
time
it's
is up
at
now.
the child,
Sorry, guys. The time is up now.
can I
Thank
complete?
you. Yeah, okay. Just take a minute.
Like okay, like I want to complete my point. Like if at the age of the childhood, if the child is doing doing a good thing and being intelligent or somewhat you told it, there the parents won't stop them from finding the solutions or doing some great things. But if the child is indulging in the wrong things at a low age, I think the parents so I think the parents should come and tell them what is good and what is wrong. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, all of you. Silent Boy,
Yes,
Kaushal,
that was
Kavish,
on
Ajit.
fire.
Thank you. Yes. You were really onto the point. Thank you. So I think today's debate is almost over. So Gitanjali, what are your views on it?
So my views are means our both participants of team, they gave their valid points and which is really well, but we have to conclude by our opinion. Both are good at their point, but uh, which is my subject that parental supervision is good for children. So yeah, I do believe that parental supervision is good because as a young children we are generally incapable to looking after themselves and incomplete in making decision. Okay, so it requires our parents, but as we are children, it required the parental supervision, and that time we felt it is good, they are caring for ourselves. But as we become a matured and we as we become a matured and we feel uh, they are controlling our freedom, which is exactly wrong. What our parents are doing, it just in the goodness for us, means they what they do, what they are doing, uh, it is just for benefits for their children. So it is definitely correct that parental supervision, it's not a control, we don't take that in that way. And nowadays there are so many crimes which happening in other countries. I believe that in other countries they give a chance to their children to become a freedom. They allow their children to take decision and all. But due to that reason they are going to in a wrong way. And since the rate of the crime in India, which is less than the other countries, just because of our Indian parents, which are very good in their works. And since the parental supervision we don't take in a wrong way, where they are what they are doing, it is a good. So if we felt like this, so we will see the positive side of this. So yeah, this is my conclusion and my opinion about this topic.
Yes, Gitanjali, thank you. And I think
Yes.
Team B participants have done really well, and they have said all the possible things about this. So I don't know what to say else. And but we all have learned a lot from this debate. It was an amazing session. Participants were really onto the target, onto the point, we can say. And there is a lot to say on this still, but this was a bit complex topic earlier, but now it seems like they all have done really justice to this topic. They all have done justice to this topic. This is only what I will say as of now. So I think it's time to wrap up the things, Gitanjali.
Yes, we are on the note of to end up the session, and we can even we have a YouTube channel also where you all guys can see what you done. Our English learners group, which is named by in a YouTube, so you guys can see there, watch, and improve yourself. And the result will be going to know you in a within a 10 minutes, or and you guys you did a very well, so you guys really appreciated, and you will get the certificate also in tomorrow.
Yes. So to conclude it now, thank you, owner, admins, participants, and also our lovely audience. Wow, not even a single person interrupted in between. This is how the debate should go. Yes, thank
Yes,
you all
it
of
is
you.
very appreciated. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay,
Thank you so
final
much,
bye.
all.
Thank you all of you. Good night. Yes,
Yes,
so
good
friend,
night.
you want to say something?
Sorry. Yeah.
You want to say something? Yes, please.
So thanks to all of you. So result have already been pinned, so you can see the result. And team B is the winner. And wait, team B is the winner. Best speaker from team A, Kausal and Yasmin. From team B, Silent Boy and Kavis. Overall best speaker, Silent Boy. Best counters, team A, Ajit. Team B, the Asura. Scores team A 61.50. Team B 67.75. So winner team, it's team B. So thanks to all of you. Thanks for participating in this debate. So we will meet again here on next Sunday. Not Sunday, Saturday. Thank you so much to all of you.